So it sounds like you have your hands full. It sounds like you have a full family. Tell me about yourself and your family then, and how many kids you have.
Yeah.
I have 5 kids. I have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old daughters. They're from a previous marriage.
Okay.
And I always did like fun things with them too. And then I have a 3-year-old and 2 3-month-old twins. And they're all babies. So yeah, so I mean, I am quite busy, but they're all pretty easy. Teenagers are teenagers, but for the most part, they're all pretty easy. And then I am actually a aquatic safety swim instructor. So I teach water safety to kids from 6 months old all the way up to 8. So I do that. Right now I'm on maternity leave until September. And I mean, we have 2 cats, Rocco and Junior. One is actually kind of sitting behind the computer right now. His name is his tail.
I love it. Like our favorite quote is by Mother Teresa that says, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. And it's, you're doing just that, right?
I do. I love that too. And one of mine too is home is where the heart is. And there's I made my mom a family tree and I put all our thumbprints on it. And one of this, I think it's Mumford and Sons.
Uh-huh.
And it says, where you lay your life, you lay your love, or where you lay your love, you lay your life. And I always felt like that's family. Like your family, no matter what's going on in the world or who's affecting your world, like where you are and where your family is, like that's you. Like that's who you are. Like no matter what's going on, your family is you. Yeah. And like even as a little girl, I always wanted to be a mom. So I know like that's where I'm supposed to be. Like I'm supposed to be here to have a family and take care of it and love it and make it happy and surround it with like as much love as I can.
So why do you feel like celebrating with your family is so important to you? Like why do you choose to take the time?
Because to me, like without them, you're really like, you're just you. Like it's good to be your own person and have your own, like your own self. But at the same time, without family, what do you really have? Like, and if it's not happy, then what's your purpose?
Yeah.
Like really, like if your family's not happy and they're miserable and nobody likes each other and nobody likes spending time with each other, like I almost feel like you're not doing your job. Like if you have kids because you want kids and you make a family and you create a family, why would you create a family and not be happy?
Yeah.
Like why would you want a family to not enjoy them and enjoy being with them and enjoy who they are and just like being around each other? Like I've seen friends whose their families are miserable. I have one friend particularly, and she's just, her whole family's miserable. They don't talk to each other. Like her father passed away and like no one talks to each other anymore. Like they just and they're miserable. She's so just not happy. And her older daughter moved out and never looked back because she was tired of being miserable. And it's like, why would you want that? Like, why would you not want to make the effort to have everybody be happy and like love each other and want to be around each other?
Yeah, that's so sad. We really feel the kind of the same way. That here comes our son. Come here, Hudson. It'll just be a big family outing. Hi,
Bob.
It's gonna be shy. Do you feel like, so we feel like we're kind of like concerned with kind of like where the world is going nowadays in terms of like, we feel like a lot of people are trying to put like careers and hobbies in front of like family time. And, more kids are like being, they're just kind of like, I feel like they're in a lot of extracurricular activities. They're in a lot of, it's kind of like kids are overscheduled in a way and parents are working late. And so by the time like parents actually get home, sometimes there's only time to just go to bed, kind of like going back to what you said, like what's the point of having kids if you're not spending quality time with them? Because don't you feel like all the kids want is just like, they want time with you as a parent? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree. And I feel the same way completely. Like when my kids were younger, I always told them if they want to do one thing, they could do one thing. And then if they changed their mind and they wanted to try something else, they had to stop doing the other thing. That I wasn't going to have them in all those things because I didn't want that. I didn't want the stress of worrying about what time they had to be where and all that. And I felt like there was better ways to spend time with the family rather than running around and spending time in a car. Because when you have kids that play 5 different sports, you're in a car. You don't get time to really even enjoy any of it. And let alone you don't get time to enjoy doing other things with them. Like I have a friend whose daughter does travel and soccer, and that's all she does. Like she doesn't have her over schedule because she's never around. They're always gone. They miss birthday parties and graduations, and because they're always gone. They leave the state, and it's not fun. Like how can you enjoy that? How can you're always in a car or always on a bus or always shuffling them from here to there? And I don't find joy in that. And I mean, like I don't want them to not experience those things, but in moderation, because I agree, kids are so overscheduled and then they get anxiety, they're tired, they're not doing well in school, or they're being pushed to do well in school, so they're have more anxiety because they're trying to balance all of it, and they don't have that capability of doing that the way adults do. So it burns them out, and they either end up depressed or they end up just having issues where they just can't handle it, and then they get labeled a brat or they get labeled with other issues, and it's not like, I feel like all that isn't because they have issues or they're being brat. It's just because they can't handle it. They're kids. They're not built for that kind of thing. And it's our job as adults to make sure that they don't have to.
Yeah, make sure they have that foundation. I think, just like Josh said, I mean, I think that's one side of the problem, but what you brought up too is the other side of people who genuinely want the best for their kids, but then they get caught up in the activities and keeping up with the neighbors and being on the best sports teams. I think there's the two sides of the story of still missing that same aspect of family time and taking the time to celebrate together and just be together. It's definitely both those aspects.
For a new mom or a mom that is trying to overcome, you know, the overscheduling of kids and trying to celebrate life's joyful moments and create more of those meaningful memories with their kids, like, what advice would you give somebody like that?
To just breathe and slow down. Take the time to really just be her family and get to know them and see how they interact with each other, how their likes, their dislikes, so that they can really get to know them as individuals, and just cultivate that. Like, use that to make their things special and their time special, and make that time to slow down. If you don't, you're not going to get that chance to know them and to know what they like. And without knowing that, you're not going to get that time. And shuffling them from here to there and there to here and everywhere, all over the place, you don't get to slow down and really get to know them. Like, it's literally, your life is just, all right, this game, this dance, this, and this. And they grow up and you end up not knowing who they are. And you don't get to make those memories because you don't know how to. So really just slowing down, taking time to get to know your family and seeing who they really truly are, and using that to make those memories is really just, and breathing, because if you don't breathe, you're not going to be able to slow down.
Yeah.
that mentality of being able to say, okay, she likes this, he likes this, let's combine it and have like a good day. And you won't know what activities to do because they're just going to be all over the place and you're not going to know what they actually really like. Because a kid will do a sport because they know mom and dad want them to, they might not like it. And at the end of the day, if they don't like it, then they're not enjoying it, they're just doing it for you.
Yeah.
So you want to slow down and just know what they like so that you can use that as a way to have a fun family outing. And if you know two of your kids like softball and one like soccer, go to a park. Use that. Take that time and be like, all right, let's go to the park and spend the day at a park and have a picnic and play soccer with the two that like soccer, or baseball with the two that like baseball, and just do it all as a family together. That's
awesome. That is some great advice. Those are really good words of wisdom from a mom of 5 teenagers and infants, right? So you have all aspects of life covered. In what way do you feel like Hadley Designs has helped your family like celebrate or just grow closer together, like in that aspect?
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, like when I use the printouts and they get excited over how we used them, or like with the hunt, like he thought it was just the best thing ever. I was like the greatest mom in the world, and just being able to have those at my fingertips, to utilize them to have that family time or to encourage that family time, especially if like I'm at a loss. And like, so, I mean, sometimes, especially with my older daughters, I'm like, what can I do? Because they're older. Like, I can't do the cutesy little kid things with them anymore. And if I try to look at me, like I'm crazy, because I probably am. But a lot of times you can take some of the things and adapt them to the little kids and adapt them to the older kids. So like my older daughter, she was actually due on St. Patrick's Day.
Wow.
Yeah, but she was born on the 15th. So we always try to do something special for her, even though, she's 16 and she finds it kind of corny.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just have to be. Sometimes you just, she accepts that, sometimes we're going to be corny with her, and, that's just who we are, and, that's my job as mom, to sometimes be a little corny. And I'll do things for her too. So it's like, even with like, I didn't do the hunt for her because, she knows there's really no such thing as a leprechaun. But I did take like, just like the poem that kind of came with it. And I made her own little goodie bag with trumpet coins. And, like, she likes these sour rainbow candy things that literally just look like strips of rainbows. And I made her a basket and I did that. So like that helped me make her day special, even without having to be corny and try to adapt it to like the hunt for like my 3-year-old.
Yeah.
So it makes our moment special, where like they can be like, oh, like I put effort in. And even though like sometimes I don't have the time to put all the effort in, like your printouts and the things you send us help me put the effort in without having to spend a horrible amount of time on it that I don't have sometimes. So I was able to still make them special, but save a little bit of time sometimes too.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, that's great. I really appreciate that explanation. I mean, it sounds like you use them so well, like all these printables, and you're so creative. So it's so exciting to talk to somebody like you.